Rolling down Highway 95, sailing through a hometown countryside. Move on over, stand aside my cruise control and overdrive. Need to take my baby for a ride. Ooh, she's like a smooth stretch of highway. Ooh, like a cool summer breeze. If my motor's running right, or we might lose control tonight. Got the shape I love to squeeze, looks that bring me to my knees. Oh please, let it roll tonight. Let it roll.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. And off to the Cedar Point Sports Center we go at the Jingle Bell Jam for a ball game between the Margaretta Polar Bears and the Redskins from Fort Loramie High School in northwestern Ohio. And this is a team that going to have some serious size to contend with in this one for sure. That's a look from high atop the balcony near the walking track upstairs at the Sports Center, and our pregame morphing right into it, brought to you by Noble Axe's Axe Throwing, located in downtown Sandusky. There we go, the home of the Jingle Bell Jam, the Cedar Point Sports Center, and all sorts of local teams involved in this one over the several days event. Had girls leading the week off, boys finishing things up. And you can see the Margaretta Polar Bears getting ready to make their entrance onto the arena floor. And the Redskins from Fort Loramie. And the directions didn't get lost with the normal folks who like to see the ball game in Castile. You're just moving it on over east of Sandusky by just a tad, and boy, it's old home night. Tony Cromer on the left, Steve Poe on the right, and neither one of those shirts worked. Almost worked, but neither one of them could pull off the magic. Polar Bears coming right at us, getting warmed up, and will be playing without one of their leading scorers, Cam Sosa. In fact, their leading scorer hitting at 12.8 points per ball game. The second game that he'll be missing in this one. Fan of the Week is up next for Snow Trails Winter Resort in Mansfield. Not a lot to say, but the eyes say it all. It's just go Bears. Fan of the Week brought to you by Snow Trails Winter Resort, Ohio's first and finest. Part of the Margaretta student section out over the holidays to cheer on their Bears, and even the youngest Polar Bear fans as well. As the respective head coaches, Corey Britton, remember Brad Britton from Margaretta? This is the little guy you saw hanging around Brad all the time. Now, big grown-up boy. Against
oh my gosh, there's many reasons. First off, my son coaches it. My husband played for Margaretta. I graduated from Margaretta. I had the whole team over yesterday for a Christmas party. I love those kids. They're great kids. I'm going to Sandusky Bay Pancake House for some pancakes.
That is as super fan as they get. Nancy Keller always there. That's I have a feeling if Steve wasn't coaching, she'd still kind of be there. That's just kind of the way things work in the Keller household. And here is $1 million look. Wave to the camera. We're over here. Don't overdo it, but just wave to the camera. Your pregame, sponsored by Noble Axe's Axe Throwing, located at the Marketplace at the Cook in downtown Sandusky. If you're ready for some Jingle Bell Jam, well, so are we. Hang on, your North Coast Game of the Week is next with Margaretta and Fort Loramie. What is a Margaretta Polar Bear game without a look over the Merry Christmas sign in the duck pond? Our first quarter for Old Fish House in Huron with knickknacks, snacks, and BS facts for everybody. Don't hold them back from anybody whatsoever. Merry Christmas from all the folks in Castalia as we head off to watch the Polar Bears and the Redskins at the Cedar Point Sports Center. Couple last words from Coach Keller before we get things started. The thing that's fascinating when you watch Margaretta play is the young talent that they have, mixed in with some of the veteran talent as well. And one of those veterans, Aiden Wiley, will be jumping at midcourt for the Polar Bears against Logan Eilerman from Fort Loramie and the Polar Bears. Despite that lack of size, just a little bit smaller than what Fort Loramie is, controls the opening tip. This is Tate Bailey surveying things from the left wing, and the first opportunity of the night cashed in by Gage Bodie. Polar Bear Jr. averaging 6.7 per ball game, off to a quick start right here. Just watch right here, Hayden Wiley on the backside. You watch him away from the ball, moving himself into great position just in case that ball didn't go into the basket. Ready for that backside rebound. Fort Loramie answering right back with Caleb Maurer, 6'1" senior. First look at our Civista Bank scoreboard as Margaretta right back up on top once again. This is some of the young talent we're talking about from Margaretta. A couple of freshman guards, Julian Washington, one right here. His counterpart, 22, running through the picture there too, is Judy Keller. Both freshmen, both playing guard positions, and we talk about a great future in front of those young men. Wow. A couple of kids that have played a lot of AAU ball together, and their paths following each other in high school as well. Washington, see John Cahill sitting in the background right there with the legs crossed in the gray sweatshirt. Head coach of the Fremont Ross boys. For years, built the Clyde girls program into a powerhouse. There's the Vista Bank scoreboard as is tied at 5 in the early going of this ball game. Yes, the thrill of this event is just getting teams together from different regions of the state and some from out of state as well. You get to kind of do a little team check on yourself, see where you are against other kind of competition you may face down the tournament trail later on in the season. Rebound for Logan Eilerman from Fort Loramie. When you get a chance to get into the Cedar Point Sports Center, it is fun to go upstairs and see those people in the background and just get a good panorama of the view from up above and look at all of the courts. I mean, when they're operating all at once, I don't know, something like 16 courts going at once, and it's really a fun thing to watch. This is what they call their showcase gymnasium, where you have feature events. This is the gym where they play them. Things getting a little bit physical. Remember Corey now? Yeah, look hard enough, you can see him in there. Brad was one of the truly colorful characters to come across our path in Northern Ohio. Spent some time with us on our radio crew as well. Baseball umpire as well as basketball coach. and just all-around good guy. Nice rebound basket by the other freshman guard, Judah Keller. Of course, the son of head coach Steve Keller. Our play of the game brought to you by Civista Bank. They are focused on you. You see so many plays during a game that are just basketball plays. Watch Keller coming from nowhere. Just anticipating. And it's not like you don't have confidence in your teammates, but you just anticipate the ball not to go in the basket so that you get yourself in position like that. Your play of the game for Civista Bank, focused on you. Margaretta with the 2-point lead, nearing the halfway point of our first quarter. Gage Bodie, the one who wins that scramble for the ball. In attack mode all the way, but the loose ball contained by Ryan Holscher, 6'3" senior guard. Block by Holscher, and loose ball going to Fort Loramie as they try and get even or take a lead on this possession. Good peripheral vision that time by Aiden Wiley, saving the left side of his noggin. Driving attempt by Ethan Kaiser. And Judah Keller on the rebound. And then the attempt at the fast break turned away as the Redskins come back the other direction. You can see on the sidelines, not a whole lot of room over there. Coach Keller getting very cozy with the official on that side of the floor. Blocking foul on the baseline. Ball stays in the possession of Margaretta. And there's that short pull-up jumper by Gage Bodie that wouldn't roll down. Loose ball corralled by Alex Borger. Jump shot good by Noah Manier. A tightly contested first quarter until you get Caleb Maurer giving the lead back to Fort Loramie. Another look at our Matthews Ford replay. Maurer actually depicting there. He had a great angle to the basket, takes advantage, explodes to the hoop, and Steve Keller trying to shore up that defense. Meanwhile, we say special thanks to the following local businesses for their support of the Game of the Week. Polar Bears playing without Cam Sosa. You're not only trying to replace 12.8 points in your lineup, but you're also trying to put somebody out there that's going to be able to replace 40% from three-point line. At the end of the year, Sosa hitting 13 of 32, and that takes a large chunk out of your offense when that kind of weaponry goes away. Bodie unable to hit that reverse layup. So Fort Loramie back on the attack once again, trying to assume control here in the first quarter. Fort Loramie winding down the first quarter, and they more or less were daring Caleb Maurer to fire from out there, so he does and takes full advantage. And Fort Loramie grabs the lead after one quarter here on our North Coast Game of the Week. Stay right where you are. Our second 8 minutes of activity coming up right next on TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. Hang with us. We're going to zoom out into a boat into the middle of the pond. Take a little close-up shot. Noble Pins Duck Pin Bowling bringing you our second quarter of activity, with the Polar Bears fighting from behind now against Fort Loramie. Here's a look at your Civista Bank scoreboard. Remember, Margaretta had a 7-5 lead in this one. Saw Fort Loramie score the final 9 points of that first quarter. And the Polar Bears going to have to wake up those folks in the crowd across the way. It looks like they're kind of falling asleep. And Fort Loramie extending their run up to a 16-7 advantage. It's fined by Whaley down low. Evan Miller fouled on the play, which will keep the ball in the hands of the Polar Bears. Judy Keller got the shot they were looking for off that inbounds. Just wouldn't go. $11 straight points right now for Fort Loramie. Looking to extend that streak right here. Judah Washington just kind of ran out of shots right there. Julian doing that fadeaway jump shot through a double team, and the three-point shot extends the Fort Loramie run. Here's your rather ugly Civista Bank scoreboard at this point, 19-7 in favor of the Skins. Other times you can fight back into it by pushing tempo, but you have an athletic, tall, rangy team like Fort Loramie. Sometimes it gets a little bit challenging to force that tempo on them. You can see on that possession doing a great job of getting back on defense. The Polar Bears having a hard time getting anything established under the basket. Finally, the string is broken by Gage Bodie of the Polar Bears. And the Bears are back on the board once again. Fort Loramie trying to draw the offensive foul, but Bodie taking advantage of the flop and knocking down that little jump shot off the right wing. At least for the moment, to stem the tide as the Polar Bears sit down and go to work on defense. It's Ryan Holscher who beat Keller off the dribble that time, and Keller forced a foul from behind. Here's the story on your Civista Bank scoreboard with Fort Loramie in control in this ball game in the second quarter. Blocking foul being called on Austin Plyman, 6'5" senior. Those are the kind of shots the Polar Bears have to start hitting to try and battle their way back into this ball game again. Judy Keller to trigger it back in for the Bears. Get a look from this angle at those seats upstairs. Nice angle to watch a game. Keller turned away, and Fort Loramie back in control of the basketball once again. And Ryan Holscher directing traffic out front. Keller several attempts to try and get that fast break going, but finally the foul will put him at the free throw line. Ever since the midpoint of the first quarter, the Polar Bears just had a hard time finding the middle of that basket. Judy Keller shooting free throws on the year, just shy of 60% at the free throw line. And his fair share of free throw shooting, getting 19 of 32. So he's getting his opportunities. The Polar Bears working the perimeter right here. But trying to get inside of that perimeter has been a task so far. And the Fort Loramie fans in the background applauding for their defense. There's Keller doing what he can to penetrate and draws the personal foul and will head to the free throw line once again. If you can't establish it down low, you just use a nice little head fake one way, go the other, and draw the foul, and off to the free throw line once again for the freshman guard of the Polar Bears. Judy Keller good on the first one. And then Austin Plyman rebounding the missed second shot. There's the story of our first half so far on our Civista Bank scoreboard. Fort Loramie with an 8-point lead. It's kind of an inadvertent wrap upside the head by Austin Plyman. Aiden Wiley hitting 1 of 2 at the free throw line. 58% free throw shooter on the year. Margaretta as a team, a 62% free throw shooting team. Going the other way. Offensive foul against the Bears. Not that Steve Keller agreed with it. You know, sometimes when you're not getting a lot of points on the board anyway, it's important to keep your defense working, to keep you close anyway. And Margaretta's done a pretty good job of that so far in this one. This has the makings of one of those games that is not going to be an offensive shootout. This is Austin Plyman, a 6'5" senior. Ball poked away from Tate Bailey, and the turnover forced by Carter Gasson, a 6-foot sophomore for Fort Loramie. Rebounded by Keller, and that long baseball heave down the floor, no good at the buzzer, and we arrive at halftime. 16 minutes of basketball in the books from the Cedar Point Sports Center in the Jingle Bell Jam. Margaretta fighting from behind when we come back. Third quarter is up next, and it is sponsored by Restore Pro, disaster cleanup and restoration. Call the pros from Restore Pro, and also the world-famous Paddle Bar, located in downtown Sandusky. Ducks don't think the water's cold at all, for crying out loud. They're just having the time of their lives. 9-point deficit for the Polar Bears at halftime. And as you well know, you're not going to win a whole lot of ball games scoring 12 points and a half, but you will win a lot of games by holding the opposition to 21 and a half. So that offense really needs to get it in gear here for the second half. It'll be Polar Bears controlling first in the second half, and Hayden Wiley. That's the way you want to start the second half. Something they've had a hard time doing in the first half is penetrating down low, but Wiley kind of got lost amongst the defenders. And they found him for an easy win to start the second half and get the Bears back to within 7. Answered right back by Ryan Holscher. Margaretta will hold on to possession right here. It's an opening momentarily for Bodie, but it closed up in a hurry. Good help by the Fort Loramie defense. Keller with a penetration and the kick-out pass, and then with the rebound as well, but also being called for a push-off, which will turn the ball back over to Fort Loramie. Redskins holding a 9-point lead in the opening couple of minutes of quarter number 3. Fort Loramie unable to hang on to the basketball right there, so Margaretta will try and take advantage. Aiden Wiley setting up that high screen. Try and pop someone open, as it ends up being Wiley, who is not your prototypical post player. He'll play that post down low, but he can pop out and knock these down as well. Good left-handed shooter. See him step outside that line, shoulder squared up, and pow, right there. And Margaretta jumps back to within 6. Backside rebound by Keller. Well, the argument here will be, wait a minute, look where that call was made from. Take another look for Matthews Ford. Is that a double dribble? And it got stuck on the waist just a second. But it's kind of a cheap little call. I think that's exactly what Steve's thinking. Gage Bodie, no stranger to those reverse layups. Got a couple of free throws out of the deal right here. Gage shooting just about 58% on the year from the charity stripe. Bears still down by 6. Catch and shoot off the mark for Maurer. And it's going to be Margaretta ball. Signs of good business up next. Please support these local area businesses. Brady Signs. The Crimus Company. Noble Axes. Pizza House West. J Bistro. Your Civista Bank scoreboard still has Margaretta Down by 6 after the Wiley miss from point blank range down low. Contested jump shot from the block. From long range. When you have a game that's closely contested like this, and you got a 6'4" senior, Logan Eilerman, popping outside that line a lot, knock him down. Well, things aren't going in your favor. And Steve Keller now. Forced to take a seat. High school ball, if you get a technical as a coach, you got to sit down. The official comes to him to explain the argument. Who's going to get the last word in this conversation? Take another look here as the physical battle being waged down low, and you could see Wiley get tossed aside, and Wiley gets the personal foul call, and that's the whole bone of contention right there. No such thing as replay in high school ball, unfortunately. Hayden explaining his case on the sidelines. Everybody knows you could get a look at instant replay and see exactly what happened, but the official just didn't see the whole thing. He just called what he saw. Hayden Wiley, actually, when you come down to it, he's a pretty non-emotional type player out on the floor. So when you see him get upset like he just did, that's kind of unusual. Nice battle down low on the baseline, won by Gage Bodie. That's bringing the heat. It's for Gunlock Sheet Metal Works Incorporated with heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and refrigeration. Alden Gibson finding Bodie on the baseline. This is just one-on-one basketball right now. Nice spin move and head fake, and carries it up for the jump shot. Nicely done by Bodie. That's bringing the heat for Gunlock Sheet Metal Works on Columbus Avenue in Sandusky since 1889. A good rebounding position by Evan Miller, but just poked away by the outstretched arms from behind him of Austin Flyman, but eventually the Bears win the battle for the ball, but end up turning it over to Fort Loramie. It's Coach Britton for the Redskins. Thanks to the following businesses for supporting us here at the North Coast Game of the Week: Matthews Ford, Cook Aluminum, Hermes Parker Concrete, Noble Fun, Steinemann Hafner Insurance, Payne Nichols and Company, Sandusky Steel and Supply, Gnomes Podiatric Medicine, Tom's Trophy Shop, it's the Vista Bank scoreboard telling the story. Fort Loramie with that scoring burst of 11 straight over the end of the first quarter and beginning of the second. They've made it hold up so far. Tate Bailey keeping the Polar Bears close. Nice pull-up fadeaway by Bailey. Nothing but net, and the Bears creep a little bit closer. Now down by 7 once again. Off the inbounds, Austin Plyman with that little jump hook. Stretching the lead back out to 9 once again. We've seen these quizzical looks by players before, the officials in this game, for some reason. Another baseline battle won by Bodie. Guarantee you, through the years, he's done a few of these on the practice floor, before practice, after practice, just working that craft and making it pay off right there and getting the Bears back again to within 7. Evan Miller, yeah, I guess I got him with a body. One out of 2 for Kleiman at the free throw line. And it's an 8-point Fort Loramie lead on our Civista Bank scoreboard, with time winding down in our third quarter at the Jingle Bell Jam. Judy Keller. Now we got a 5-point game. That's the beauty of holding your opponents down. Once you finally do start to heat it up a little bit, it doesn't take much to get right back in the ball game again. This long ball by Keller, just what the doctor ordered. (31-26) now in favor of Fort Loramie. Alden Gibson thought he had a clean block on that one. Lyman trying to cash in at the line, knocks down the first of 2. 6'5" senior. Keeps it right there. Well, I'm surprised Evan didn't pull the trigger on that one, unless they only want the one more shot here in the third quarter. And Evan, no stranger to the three-point shot in his own right. See the Bears now indeed working that clock down for the final shot here in the third quarter. And it ends up being a desperation 3 at the buzzer that's off the mark, and we've got a 6-point game with Fort Loramie still holding the lead, heading into our final 8 minutes of basketball, which is next. One final trip out into the village as we get set for our fourth quarter of activity from the Jingle Bell Jam that is going to be sponsored by Hartung Title, supporting local athletics for generations. A name synonymous with local athletics indeed is Hartung Title. So the warmth of the inside once again for our fourth quarter of basketball. See the thoughts going through Coach Keller's mind. I don't like this chair. I don't like it at all. From the left corner, off the mark, Logan Eilerman. Judy Keller getting the offense started. Nice head fake by Gage Bodie. And we'll have a jump ball in the ensuing rebound. 6-point lead for Fort Loramie underway in our fourth quarter. With the left hand, Bodie couldn't finish, but he'll get a couple of opportunities to get the Bears closer at the free throw line. We always talk about how good things happen when you drive to the basket. You just make things happen. And Bodie now with a couple of opportunities from the charity stripe. Drawing the Bears back to within 5, hitting 1 out of 2. It's good work by Judy Keller to keep things alive for the Bears. And then getting another couple of opportunities at the line on the penetration to the basket. Drive to the hole, just great things tend to happen. Keller keeping it alive. And then jab step right, move to the left, and it was Maxwell Maurer who's cutting in front of him. And it'll result in a couple of free throws. Keller not happy with the result of the first one, and that second one probably didn't make him too happy either. Stays a 5-point ball game here on our Civista Bank scoreboard. From deep at the Cedar Point Sports Center, the rebound back up and in from Ryan Holscher. And the lead goes to 7. Well, all these free throws become so critical for the Bears. Alden Gibson, this is 5th free throw on the year, has made 3 of them. And the Bears are back to within 5. Solid rebound by Wiley. Fort Loramie's defense equal to the challenge that time. And then speaking of reverse layups, there's Logan Eilerman for Fort Loramie. Defense being turned into offense on our second look for Matthews Ford. Nice finish off the pass from Caleb Maurer. And now Fort Loramie stretches their lead back up again to 7. Now quickly things can turn around. And again, when you're not scoring a lot of points, a 7-point deficit is huge. Here are some more signs of good business. Crush Wine Bar. Wendy's. Dockside Cafe. Sandusky Bay Pancake House. S&H Blinds and Floors. Cameo Pizza. Capizzi's Pizzeria. Schmid Architects. Well, the Bears have some work to do here, down by 7. Still plenty of time on the clock with 6 minutes left in our fourth quarter. Nice move to the basket by Wiley. And it gets the Bears back again to within 5. Wiley shooting over the outstretched arms of Logan Eilerman. This is kind of like the pace this ball game has been the whole time. Neither team really forcing a lot of the action through pressing, fast breaking. Well, they tried for the backdoor play. And the official's going to confer. Margaretta basketball. Wiley from downtown couldn't make it fly, and it is going to be Fort Loramie on the attack once again. One-on-one scenario right here for the Redskins. Ryan Holscher, 6'3" senior, with 1 out of 2, and the rebound by Hayden Wiley. Unforced turnover on the Polar Bears, which is what you could least afford at this stage of the game. Boy, that's just good hustle by Bodie. Wins that possession for the Bears. And then Judy Keller heading to the free throw line once again for Margaretta. 2 big free throws for the Polar Bear freshman, has them back to within 4 halfway through this fourth quarter on our Civista Bank scoreboard. Good pull-up jumper by Ryan Holscher, stretching the lead back out to 6. Bears not wasting a lot of time here right now. Judy Keller got the basket, but not going to be allowed. As the official's going to send it the other way. Defense of Judy Keller. Going to get a couple more free throws. Keller earned those by using the defense to create that offensive opportunity. Keller knocks them both down, and we've got a ball game. Thanks to the following local businesses for their support of the Game of the Week. Good Time Lake Erie Cruises, Skate World, Ghostly Manor, Restore Pro, BGSU Firelands College, Wake Up and Waffle, Cold Water Company, Heartland and Wilkin Custom Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Aline Kia, Schmidt Architects. Stretch time for some. And the Margaretta stands across the way as you look at a 4-point Margaretta deficit with now just under 3 minutes left to play. Defense be huge right here for the Bears. Well, that was a good look by Isaac Raderman, but unable to finish. That would have been huge if Keller could have got that one to go. The ball out of bounds on the rebound. It'll belong to Fort Loramie. And you know they'll take their time with just over 2 minutes left to play and a 4-point lead in tow. kind of what comes down to now for Margaretta. They got to do some gambling on defense. They can't let too much clock run off here. So he stuck his hip out. The officials not agreeing much with the Keller family in this game. Logan Heilerman making things more difficult for the Bears at the line. As the Redskins are back up again by 6. Boy, a couple of bounces on the back of the iron, and Wiley just couldn't get it to drop. Margaretta could make this a 3-point game with that one. Well, there's the story on the scoreboard. 1:16 to play, and Margaretta down by 5. As we look at some more signs of good business, please support these local area establishments. Crush Wine Bar, Wendy's, Dockside Cafe, Sandusky Bay Pancake House, S&H Blinds and Floors, Cameo Pizza, Capizzi's Pizzeria, Schmid Architects, well, the Bears need them all right here. On the kick out, that would have been huge. Would have made it a 2-point game, but Margaretta gets another shot at it right here. And Evan Miller found his way open down low to make this one a ball game. But Miller just kind of get lost off this screen by Wiley. Double team went to Wiley in the corner, and Miller comes off down low with about a minute to go, and we've got a 3-point ball game. And now Margaretta into some pressure to try and force turnovers.
That was not 5. I held it for like 3 seconds. That was 5.
There's the story on the scoreboard. 52 seconds left and a 3-point deficit for Margaretta. Look at the trapping diamond press put on by Margaretta. And now you got to get the clock stopped. Somehow, that's the way to do it right there. You hope for misses at the free throw line, but Ethan Kaiser just not cooperating right here. Margaretta down by 5 as Kaiser knocks the ball away at mid-floor. Margaretta has to force that action right now, and it is to their benefit to score with a clock stopped, to draw those personal fouls, as that was committed by Ryan Holscher. Coach Britton didn't like the way that one was unfolding, so he takes the timeout. Again, you got to get the clock stopped. And Alden Gibson, the man to get it done. Well, the Bears need those misses, but they can't give up the offensive rebounds. And then an and one on top of it just kind of complicates the deal that much further. That helps. But still, 7 points, a lot to overcome. With just 6 seconds left to play. Cody getting 1 out of the 3 to make it a 45-39 ball game. Immediate foul called. And you're kind of on a wing and a prayer right here. Caleb Maurer knocking the free throws down, and this one unfortunately pretty much out of reach for the Polar Bears as they are down by 8, and that's the way it's going to end up. 47-39 as Corey Britton comes home and beats his dad's old school where he coached. 47-39 final, an 8-point win for Fort Loramie in the Jingle Bell Jam at the Cedar Point Sports Center. Coming up next time we get together, it's going to be a couple of locals in what should be a great one in our hometown showdown, the backyard rivalry between Sandusky and Perkins, in a ball game that's going to be taking place at the Plank at Perkins High School. We look forward to that one. It should be a dandy showdown, and we'll show it to you next time we get together on TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. We'll see you then.